Hello, I'm Suki or Sukikage, and today I want to talk about my favorite video game franchise ever. Now, people who know me in real life might think it is Hoyoverse due to me playing almost every single gacha game they release, but actually, it's Megami Tensei. Now, I'm not a typical Megami Tensei fan, but my brothers played Persona 4 and Persona 3 before touching Persona 5, and they don't like Persona 5. However, for me, my first Megami Tensei game was Persona 5 Royal. It was the first one I was introduced to via Shuake fan art and some gameplay videos online. However, I never finished a playthrough series on the game before or after touching the game and completing it on my own. I currently have 2 finished playthroughs on Persona 5 Royal and 1 unfinished playthrough on each of the 3 other separate Megami Tensei games I own. I know, I'm sorry. I'll get to those when I can. Especially Metaphor Ray Fantasios, as so far that is my favorite game from the franchise. And I desperately want a Juna figurine or merch of her because she is so pretty. Why wouldn't I? Also, with all this being said, why is Megami Tensei my favorite video game franchise? Despite owning very few of their games and only having finished 2 runs on 1 game. My answer is I honestly don't know, but here are the things I like about it. I love the turn-based combat in the games I played, as it makes things a lot easier on the brain. The fact that it is insanely easy to organize the team and have a party member take direct orders from you or act on their own based on the role you assign to them is honestly it's like chef's kiss. I wish Honkai Star Rail did this. It makes battles so much easier for me. I know it has auto battle, but I like the way Megami Tensei does it so much more. I kind of missed it when playing Persona 5 to Phantom X. Honestly, bring my party organization and battle tactics back, please. I want to be in direct control of the leader. I don't want the battle to be fully automated. Now, there is only one thing I personally think sucks about these games so far. Not Metaphor Ray Fantasia though, that thing has no romance, and I'm also unsure if the original Megami Tensei, not the Persona series, but the actual things named after Megami Tensei have this mechanic, but the romance sucks. Why are we only allowed to date women? You know, when we're playing the male protagonist. Let me, as male protagonist, date the men. I'm a shipper. I ship protagonists with the men. Let me date the men. I only figured this out because one day I was trying to figure out how to romance my favorite Goro Kachi in Persona 5 because I ship Shuake. I like that ship. Leave me alone. So I was researching alright, how do I romance Goro Kachi? I found out it was not a romanceable character. I think the day or the next day I found that out, I learned your homeroom teacher was romanceable for some reason. Wasn't the first balance we sort of beat, wasn't the reason why we defeated Kamoshida? Wasn't this the whole entire reason why we defeated Kamoshida in the first place? We're sort of against this sort of teacher-student thing, adult what? What the fuck to mention? Besides this, you get to date another completely separate adult, or at least you think she's an adult, she seems like an adult. I will admit I only dated this other separate photography/news reporter adult purely for the girlfriend treatment you get on the PS5. After I got set of treatment, I reloaded the save file because I saved right before I went to do that romance bit and made it so Joker did not romance the woman. I only wanted the achievement, nothing else. So Atlas, Saga, or whoever is in charge of the romanceable decisions for these games, let us date the men as these male MCs. We should not be allowing these high school students to date their teachers or these adults. Though they can date fellow students, I'm fine with that, but not the teachers, man. Why? I swear that is the only terrible thing about these games is it's their wacky romance mechanics and options. I'm come on, man. Now, trailing back to me mentioning Metaphor Ray Fantasio is my favorite game from this franchise. Why is that? So, I was getting hyped for this game because I looked it up, saw the beautiful, beautiful art, and I wanted it. I looked into it a little. I was trying to stay mainly spoiler free, but I wanted to know who were the characters I'm getting. So, I noticed that the main character, Will's design, and I noticed the main character, Will, had a similar-ish design in terms of the hair color and eye color to my persona. At the time, my persona had dark blue hair, a gold eye, and a purple eye, not this light blue eye you see now. However, after seeing Will, I changed my persona's purple eye to a light blue. Not to mention I love all these allies you gain. And side note, I will protect Maria with Will's life. As I am not in the game myself, Will have to protect her. Maria is so precious. So yeah, that's my favorite game franchise. I hope you all enjoyed my rambles. This video was inspired by Char's Tamagotchi video. Go give it a watch if you haven't already. And yeah, bye bye!